get my 6. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid and whatever the heck this channel's about. Right to it, right off the bat. I'm putting out a prayer request, and I'm putting out a prayer request for the man who actually sent me this shirt last summer. Isn't this a neat one? You got the Bigfoot Sasquatch up here watching over my shoulder, just like he, she, it, or they, if there's more than one of them, may or may not be doing up here right now as we speak. Keep watching. Bill Poole, gentleman up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sent me this shirt. He follows our channel regularly, orders Miss Dearly's wonderful adobo manit, which means Filipino peanuts adobo. Delicious. They're available in our Etsy store right now, as a matter of fact. Link in the description box below. Bill shared with us in a video yesterday in the comment section that one of his fur babies died. His dog has been suffering, had been suffering from cancer for some time, and his fur baby finally lost the battle. And Bill is suffering because of this, and he's got another puppy who's sad because its best friend left and didn't come home. Sounded like a scream from a wildcat. Pray for Bill. These things are not easy. I mean, pets become family members, and their losses are great. So please pray for Bill. I want to thank all of you. And Bill, I ordinarily would have pinned that comment and asked for prayers in the comment section. But you left that comment on the video I made yesterday about when I'm begging for help because I wanted to ask our viewers to go help one of my old battle buddies from basic training. It just occurred to me this morning that it's been 15 years since I've seen this guy, Travis Daigle, owner of the YouTube channel, Fighting Past 40. And don't take that to mean it's like fighting is in like a physical like combat. He is an MMA fighter, and he was a U.S. Army Green Beret. But he really is a very motivational guy, motivational speaker, and he's talking about the fight we all face, the fight of life, about overcoming hard times, obstacles, achieving our goals, no matter who's laughing at us and telling us we can't do it, no matter who doesn't believe in us, as long as we believe in ourselves and we tell ourselves we can do it and we do the work necessary. We don't sit around and hope we get lucky. We do the work necessary to achieve the goals. We can do it despite what anybody else thinks. But I'd forgotten to put originally the video at the end of that video to steer you towards Travis's channel. So Bill, I had to put that link in the first comment and pin that. But that's why I wanted to take the time here today. Weird stuff going on, let me tell you. And we've got a great story coming at you. A true story of paranormal events coming from a viewer on here. I'm going to read it to you and probably tell you about some. My tripod just started to fall and there's no breeze. There's not a. I'm going to put my foot on it. It's as if something. Okay, I'm going to share with you an experience that happened this morning on my front porch. I believe it has to do with portals. And we've been talking about this lately because the veil is growing thinner. We're getting closer and closer to Halloween when it's thinnest of the year. Halloween or October Nights Part 2 still scheduled to come out in plenty of time, even though I've fired my Dirtbag Day drinking editor. But listen, back to Travis real quick. Thank you, all of you. I think when I uploaded that video, he had like 130 subscribers. Before coming out to make this one, which is early, you're seeing it in the evening, but this is late morning. I'm doing this and taking a nap after this because I'm tired. I shared with you a couple days ago, I've got the Little C for the second time now. It's the exhaustion part of it is kicking in. I got up this morning. I slept into about 5:30. I'm usually up by 5, but I was a little bit, I was tired. I mean, I'm struggling with this thing for the second time. And I wanted to go out and run 6 miles this morning because that's what my training schedule called for. And I just didn't have the energy. I couldn't do it. So I just ran 5 miles. So I'm only 1 mile behind for my weekly mileage. Yeah, I see that. Keep your eyes on it. Keep your eyes on it. See if it moves. If I'm feeling better tomorrow, I'll add I've only got like a 4 mile easy run scheduled tomorrow. So I'll throw another mile on it, do 5, and I'll still hit my weekly numbers. But it's taking its toll. I feel tired, so I wanted to do this video early, schedule it for this evening, but then go home and take a nap down here at the house. But I wanted to thank all of you who have gone to Travis's channel. He had 130 subscribers when I made that video. Just before I came up here, he had like 410 or something. So we've gotten him he's almost halfway to where he needs to be. Let's get this guy 1,000 subscribers by the end of this weekend. I'm making this video on a Saturday morning. You're going to disappoint me if you don't pray for Bill and the loss of his puppy, and you don't go to Travis's channel and subscribe and watch his videos. You want to talk about getting motivated. This guy was the fat kid all through school, suffered from, and these are his words, not me. I would never call anybody that, but that's what he refers to his past self. Suffered bullying nonstop, was suicidal, took his destiny into his own hands and said, I don't want to live like this anymore. Lost more than 100 pounds, went to college, first generation college graduate, became an engineer. Wasn't into it. But society kept saying, hey, this is the key. Get a good education, get a good job, live the American dream, and you'll be happy. He wasn't happy. He was miserable. Started putting the weight back on because he simply wasn't happy. He wanted to do something physical because he had fallen in love with exercise and fitness and exercise science and physiology and all these things. And so at the height of the war on terror, dude left that job, good paying engineering job, joined the United States Army, went into the infantry, advanced from there, did all these cool things, airborne school, became a Green Beret, served in Afghanistan. If that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. To go from being a fat kid in school that everybody bullied, and I've shared the story about what that pretty girl did to him. I'm not going to share it again here. You need to go listen to him do it. Listen, he's put together a playlist of 4 videos he's made, like 4 very inspiring videos of kind of like the methodology he used to achieve his goals and that he's still using. I'm going to put that playlist on the end of this video. So when you're done with this, click over there. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe and just play that playlist. There's 4 videos. Push play, turn the volume up, do whatever you're going to do anyway. Maybe you're cleaning the house, doing some dishes. Maybe you're outside in the yard, just sitting on the porch, drinking some, iced tea or whatever. Listen to this guy talk, and don't be surprised if you don't find yourself becoming so motivated that you get up out of your seat and you go out and do something that people said you couldn't do. That's how motivational the guy is. I want that channel to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of this weekend. We have the people here to do it. Let's do it. And I want you to watch those videos, watch that playlist. Let's get him the 4,000 hours worth of, watch time that he needs as well. Okay? Because he's doing the work. This isn't me trying to help somebody because he's a buddy. Haven't seen the man in 15 years. This is me attempting to reward the work he's already done. In 4 months, he's uploaded 200 videos. This man's doing 50 video uploads a month, even though he's not even gotten monetized yet. He didn't upload 50 or 60 videos and say, oh, well, you just can't get views on YouTube anymore. Guess I'll stop. Why? Because he's not a quitter. Did you miss the part I said about a U.S. Army Green Beret, brah? Did you miss the part I said about the man lost more than 100 pounds because he was sick and tired of the life he was living, so he went out and he changed it? He didn't give up. Let's reward his efforts and get him to 1,000 subscribers and get him those 4,000 watch hours, okay? Because he's not a loser who quits. He's a winner and a soldier, a Green Beret at that, who continues carrying the fight forward until the mission has been accomplished. Let's help him with that mission. Now, for a really creepy ghost story that comes to us from a viewer, Sandra, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, Vigarius is what it looks like. She's from Texas, the great nation of Texas, all right? Here's her story. I just wore myself out even more. But the sore throat's gone. I haven't had a cough for a while, and I've not missed a workout. I've run every day since I've had this thing for the second time. Again, the day I tested positive for it, I did 8 miles that day. I swear, yes, I'm vaccinated, but I attest to fitness, healthy diet, taking care of yourself. I honestly believe that's been my best defense against this thing, and that's why my symptoms have been. Of course, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, and I know there's people that have been more fit than me who have gotten it and have passed away. And so I don't want to take that away from them. You know what? I'm fortunate, and I'm grateful to be fortunate. And Daniel's doing okay too. He's more tired than me, but he's getting through it as well, okay? He picked it up and then gave it to me. But here's a story from Sandra Vegarius. She says, way back in 1971, when I was only 6 years old, I used to ride horses all day, every day. I would run errands for my mom. She made pies and cobblers for people, and I would deliver them via horseback. It was lots of fun. Sometimes I was given cookies as a thank you for my deliveries. One morning, my mom was talking to a lady on the phone. This woman had asked my mom to send me to help her. Mom said, I don't know what our neighbor needs help with, but go help her. Be careful crossing over FM Road. Sometimes people come flying through the area or through there. I told her, okay, Mom, I'll have her call you as I'm leaving so that you won't worry. So she said here as she arrived, sorry, this is, give away contact info here. It's small print. I don't have my old man grandpa reading glasses on me. My vision's been going a lot here in the last couple of years. Fight age as I do, it's coming, so it's here. So she says, I got on my horse that was about 17 hands high. That is tall for a horse. He was part Clydesdale and part racehorse, but very gentle. We called him Booger because when he got scared, he'd jump a bit. Makes perfect sense. So off we went to the neighbor's house. I crossed over the FM road and continued to the end of this road. On my right, there to the end, was a quaint little farmhouse, kind of small, but just the right size for one person. The neighbor yelled, I'm over here underneath this pear tree. I glanced over and told her I'd be right there. I led Booger over to the tree and removed his bridle so he could eat some pears too. As long as there was food, this horse would stay put. Our neighbors tell me, our neighbor tells me they call me Miss Annie. She said, you may call me Miss Annie as well. I told her, yes, ma'am, I shall as well. I asked her, so what can I help you with? She says, well, first of all, we need to pick up these pears so the bugs won't eat them. Won't eat them up. So she asked me to go out to her shed and get some bushel baskets. I went and got them and brought them back. She says, you stand on that branch and shake the tree, and we'll pick them up, all the pears. After about 3 hours or so, we had them all, and she told me, I'm going to send a bushel basket home with you as well. I told her, thank you. Key is staying hydrated too, especially if you're running. Especially if you're running and you have this virus crap. It's been a hot summer, folks. No matter where you are and what you're doing, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, okay? Gatorade, you need the electrolytes. She said one more thing. She says, I have some cookie dough fixed up. Let me make you some cookies to take with you. I said, all right, you got yourself a deal. So we went into her house, and the first batch of sugar cookies was served up with a glass of milk. Miss Annie says, here you go, eat all you want. I was thinking, ma'am, you had me at cookie. So after I finished gorging myself on homemade sugar cookies, I asked her, do you need me for anything else? She said, I think I know. She said, I think we have done enough so far, for now. So I told her thank you for the pears and cookies, and then she called my mom to let her know that I was on my way home. As I reached the end of the road to cross the FM road, I ran into my cousin Elton. He says, hey, how you doing? I told him just fine, and yourself? He says, all good. He says, where are you coming from? I told him, oh, I went to help Miss Annie with picking up pears, and I'm going home now. I told him, oh, wait, she asked me to give these to you, some of the cookies. He got kind of quiet and his face turned more white than usual. He said, "Baby, Miss Annie died last year." He took the cookies, opened up the sandwich baggie, and sniffed the cookies. He said, "OMG, these sure smell like hers." I told him I have to go home now. That whole she died last year thing didn't sit well with me. Later, my cousin came to see my mom and they talked for a while. My mom explained about the phone call and the fact that a dead woman had asked for my help. So we all got into my cousin's truck to go check things out at Annie's place. To my shock and horror, her house was ashes and the pear trees were rotted. I told Mom I don't understand. I was just here. My cousin explained that she had perished in a house fire the year before, making sugar cookies to sell at her son's store. True story. I still cannot explain it to this day. You notice this horde of black flies flying around me here as I'm finishing up this story? That's going to be very, very relevant this October, particularly on October 29. But when you get the book, when it is available, don't jump forward to read that. Trust me. Okay, so here's what happened this morning. I'm going to wrap it up with this. Then I'm going to go take a nap. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm seeing things because I have this virus again, and despite having it, I continue to train and went out and ran 5 miles. I would have done 6, but I just didn't have the energy. I'm just feeling weak today. So here's the deal. After I run, every other day I do weight training and stuff on the back porch, flutter kicks, push-ups, all this stuff. I'll have my breakfast on the front porch and kind of collect my thoughts. Okay, training's over. First 2 hours in the morning, training. After that, it's like, okay, now what? Of course, it's going to be writing, or what's the video going to be about? All these things, wood carving. I'm doing some really amazing woodwork. I don't want to toot my own horn, but you wait till I show you some of the projects I've been working on. Well, I'm sitting there this morning. I just finished eating my breakfast, and I look out in the middle of the pond, and there's this jet black duck in the middle of the pond going very slowly. Now, notice what I said. I didn't say as I sat down to breakfast, and I didn't say while I was eating breakfast. I said after I'd finished my breakfast, I noticed this jet black duck on the pond. I never saw this duck come flying in. To my knowledge, we don't have any nesting on the banks, and I'm outside all the time. If I'm awake and it's daylight, I'm outside of my house more than I'm in it. I'm just an outdoor kind of guy. I'll come up to the campground up here with a book and read for hours just to be outside. I love the fresh air. I love, my place is beautiful. If you've watched some of our videos, it's just gorgeous. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have it, and I take advantage of having it and show my gratitude by being out and enjoying it as much as I can. I never saw this duck. It was just there. So I'm watching it. Swims just maybe a few feet, and then it goes underwater, submerges underwater. I'm thinking, well, ducks eat submerged vegetation, like that one invasive species that our pond used to be filled with. Finally got rid of it. Hydrilla, various types of aquatic grasses. That's their main diet. So I'm watching, about 10 or 15 seconds go by and the duck doesn't come back up. And I'm thinking, well, gosh, that duck's got some pretty big lungs. About 30 seconds go by. That duck still doesn't come back up. And I'm like, that duck's lungs are bigger than mine. And I'm running over 30 miles a week now, consistently, for the first time, 20 years. A minute goes by. That duck does not come back up. So I walk down to the pond, and I'm looking around everywhere. And that duck is nowhere to be seen. So before I came up here to make this video, I was online. I was printing off the email I got from Sandra to read you the story. I Googled ducks in Virginia. The closest thing that it looks like was a typical mallard. But like I said, it was jet black. Mallards typically have like green heads. The males especially, and they have blue rings around their necks. The females are mostly brown with blue heads. It was built, same shape, same size as a mallard, but jet black. And there was no delineation of any sort of rings or lines around its neck. 1 minute it was there. The next minute, it went underwater and it was gone. Logic would say, yeah, obviously, Kevin, you do have, the thing you got to be careful saying on social media. Because, listen, I could say something today about it, and even if it's, according to the powers that be, the right thing to say today, if they determine 2 weeks from now they were wrong, and all of a sudden they're going to come back and shut me down because I was saying what they thought was right 2 weeks ago. A lot of folks are talking about how freedom of speech is under attack. I don't believe that at all, because listen, there is such a thing as hate speech, and I believe hate speech is under attack, as it should be. But I am seeing something very strange, and that is that speech that is okay one day but is deemed not okay a couple weeks or a few months or a year or two down the road is under attack. That's scary. That's scary, because we don't know what we might be saying today that could turn us into public enemy number one tomorrow. Think about that. Think about that duck. And think about the old lady that baked those cookies. And while you're thinking about those things, pray for Bill up in Pittsburgh, and go over to my Battle Buddy Travis's channel and subscribe. Watch that playlist. Put it on, let it play, go out and do what you're going to do anyway, and just listen to his words, get motivated, and go out and do something great. See you for more next time.